Hey, it's Mary Richardson with Music Junkie Press, and we're here today with New Politics.
Hello.
Nice to meet you guys. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Yeah.
David.
Soren. And I'm Lewis.
Well, guys, we're glad to have you out here. Your new album, Bad Girl in Harlem, has just taken you guys to, you own 2013, I'll tell you that. Everywhere people talking. It's been incredible. You guys have done a great job with that. Now, what's your inspiration behind this album?
I think the main inspiration has been, we did a lot of interviews where we spoke, but we tried to figure out what the actual inspiration, you know, when first somebody asked you like, and then actually now I'm pretty sure we have found out what it actually was. And the inspiration is that it's a whole culture shock of coming over from different country. We were so busy on the first album just touring that we didn't really have time to, you know, to sit down, settle in, and meeting friends. You know, we met people, but actually becoming friends with people. So every song on the album is a story about something that has happened in the journey being here, and you know, like having Louis as the American, him introducing us to America, and it's that whole thing. So every single song is very honest and has to do with a real story that actually did happen, which I think was the hardest part to get to that point, but also the best feeling when you look back at it now and you listen to the album, you're like that every song is like, oh yeah, that's about that and that and that. So definitely about our move over here and the whole.
In Harlem, I gotta tell you. Okay, we've got 6-year-olds to 80-year-olds who moved to that song. You can't sit still. You know, we keep talking. It's a great song. Now, when you guys first wrote that, did you know just literally how big it was going to be?
No idea. But I remember when we wrote it, we were really happy because we felt it was a cool song. But we definitely had no idea it was going to be the song that did something for us, you know, like actually did something real for us and made us a known band. So we had no idea about it.
One of the most shocking things is like one of our managers, while we played it, and this is like when it was a rough demo, like half of it was gibber, and you know, we're just kind of like, you know, and it was like the first demo of it. We were in this room, we'd written like 11 quick songs, you know, just demos, you know, just rough drafts of stuff, and they just kept going back to that song. Our A&R at the label and our managers were like, go back to that song number 3, that Harlem thing. And it was like, you know, and everything wasn't defined. It was very defined, but it was like the words and everything. It was kind of all pictured there. And I just remember, I'll never forget JD, which is our manager, saying, "That's it. That's the song." And it was like, what? How does he know that? It's like, you know, and it's like, but I don't think any of them. We were in New York recently, and he was talking. And he was like, "Wow, this song is." You know, we released this 8 months ago, and you're still on it, and we're booked to the 21st, and it's only
6 months ago.
Or 6, yeah. And it, you know, and it's just 6 months ago we started touring, And you know, we're booked to the 21st of December, and it's only crossing over to, you know, other charts now. So he was just like, this is really interesting to see what turn it would take, and he didn't even expect it to do this well. So it's definitely one of those,
But it really does expand across genres. I mean, we've seen groups of bikers sitting there, and you're like sitting there like, and you start seeing them move. You got my mom with her people. Crazy. They're 80-year-olds sitting there, and it's just like, I like this. You know, and it's great to see.
We see that. It's funny you said it. We see that a lot on this tour. You know, we used to get like the really like, you know, like serious metal guys, you know, coming out to the show, and the rock guys, and
that would probably never buy our album.
You know, you see them nodding their head, and they're like, "Oh, word, alright, so this works," and all over the place.
And you go over, you know, we're three we're very, very laid back, chill, and we go over to the merch table and we talk to people afterwards, and there's just big tattooed heavy metal dudes come over like, and it's like almost your whole arm is numb.
Like,
and you're like, it's like, dude, that was cool, man.
That was amazing. I really like you guys. I really like you guys. You know, it's
that's
different. It's different. It's like, oh, I can see that.
Life cuts you down, I got the answer. Side effects do include nosebleed, dehydration, hyperactivation, signature control urges, and up down, desire to live, blisters, sleepiness, darkening, bushy eyes, vaginal odors, sexual arousal, surges, blurred vision, dry, joint odors, vomiting, tires,
That's true. because I think from the moment somebody first sees you, I remember we saw you 4 years ago. I think it was in San Francisco.
At the Fillmore.
At the Fillmore.
The Dirty
at
Heads,
Slim's.
right?
At Slim's. Actually,
Or
with
Slim's, okay.
Taxi, I think, and I don't know,
That's
was
right.
it?
That's right.
And it was interesting
Still
'cause-
Canvas.
Oh yeah.
Still
That's what it
that's
was. AM
right.
Taxi and
That's
Still
right.
Canvas.
And we were up top, and I think it was you're sitting there because we were covering something later. And within probably 30 seconds of you coming out on stage and the energy, we threw everything down, ran down, and said, "Holy shit, we got to check this band out," you know. And was just blown away. And since then, you know,
That's
just watching
amazing.
you guys has just been a phenomenal.
Yeah, you've
So
grown.
proud of
Thank
you.
God.
Yeah.
And the
I
little
was like,
kids are
oh my God, is that, how's that
I
going?
know. I thought it too.
And you guys have been touring pretty much non-stop here. What's been sort of the craziest thing that's happened for you guys on tour?
I would say the craziest thing, without any doubt, has been to see how the single has been doing, because, you know, we thought maybe a little back then, you know, like, okay, we're a band, we're doing this, you know, it never happened, you know, it never happened. And then with this song, it happened within a few months. It was like, whoa, it was skyrocketing up the charts, and a lot of radios jumped on it, and, you know, this whole feeling of actually being and becoming a band, like a legit band, is something that for me is mind blowing. That's, you know, we were a year ago, exactly a year ago, so broke. I mean, we couldn't almost afford ramen noodles. It was so bad. We could not go out. We just, you know, we were trying. We were so determined to try, but it was so hard to write the album, and because we kept looking in wrong places, you know, kept, you know, not being open-minded. Like, it was hard to break down the walls of what the first album had made us become. And you know, it looks simple now, but it wasn't back then. And then, you know, almost losing everything, and then being able to do this, there's no way you can just be so grateful, and then all these amazing things are happening. So, I mean, that's been such a ride. There's no way to even explain how amazing it feels.
And getting like a fan base, and
Yeah.
that acknowledgement and that pleasure, joy is like,
Really dedicated fan base.
yeah, and people coming out to see us and hearing them sing along, or like, you know, we played some shows where we didn't even have to sing. It's just like the microphone, and it's like, you know, 3,000 people just
It's a weird feeling, because like I feel like we forget sometimes. You know, it's weird. I mean, at least I forget. You know, you step on stage and it's like you just said, like, or Soren just said, like, becoming a known band. It's like in my head still, like, we're a known band. Like, people know who we are. You know, it's like it's still.
And I mean, there's still a long way to go, you know, but it's like, but coming, you know, just all the signs and sort of the things that are slowly starting to build, kind of give that, and that's an acknowledgement in itself, you know, and it's like, it's definitely gives us a joy and a reason.
It's cool.
It's also, it makes sense for us, you know, this is why we do it, you know, it's like.
A lot of dedicated fans. You know, we know the Boyding has been getting very popular out there. You have even people doing it everywhere. Now, how did that first come up? I mean, we know you've seen you do that on, you know,
It's basically
years.
just a dance room and something that we've been doing, and, you know, like, and eventually, you know, it was like, you know, you get comments on it. It's sort of like a thing that like stands out. It sticks out. So we were like, why don't, you know, like, someone at our manager and a friend of ours and our manager, and he works with the media and all that, he was like, we have to do something with this. This is like, it's catchy, you know, it's like, and he was like, take a picture wherever you are. You know, any monuments, any countries, anything, you know, just take a picture, and, you know, like, in 3 years we'll have like thousands of pictures, and we could, like, you know, just like, you're like, we could do some amazing things with it. So we were like, okay, so everywhere we were going, you know, if it was like Arizona or whatever, we're just like doing these, you know, like headstands and stuff. And then we had another friend from our management, a guy called Capone, who works radio with us, and the coolest guy. He was in LA with us when we did the Conan O'Brien show. So I was like, I got to get one in front of Conan O'Brien, you know, on the desk. So he was like, what are you doing? He didn't hear about it. He didn't know what it was. So he took the picture. And when he took the picture, he was like, hey, this reminds me of planking.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like, and he was like, why don't you call it, instead of planking, Boyding? And then I was like, oh my God, that's really good. So I wrote quickly to our manager and Brandon, the guy, and I was like, look, Capone just came up with this, and he was like, that's good, we got a name for it. And he was like, that's the hashtag, Boyding. So we started doing that, and then fans just kind of slowly jumped on it, and you know, we didn't
Everybody
even know if
else
they were
is-
gonna do it because it's not like the easiest thing to do, you know. So we were like, we're amazed that they do, you know.
We got our 6-year-olds trying to get our dog to do it all the time. He says, I gotta get a picture of the dog. Okay, get the poor dog alone.
Oh, that's amazing.
Now with all
The
this
dog's just
touring,
like, "What's going on?"
Well, it's funny because he's trying and he's like, "Come on, Boyd, Boyd!" You know, and he's like
That's
yelling
so
at him.
cute.
But
That's
we'll
so
get him to
cute.
do it. You know.
I'm shaking like a bad car up and on. It's too hot, I like it. I'm lighted up, you're smoking this new gun. Here come the jets, hide my money in your tube socks. Run like me, like hell, like everybody else.
When you're out on tour, you've been out so long. What's the first thing you look forward to doing when you come back home?
Go out on tour again.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I get
It doesn't take a lot.
2 days at
2 days out again. Yeah.
3 days, you're ready to go home. Yeah, but it's good to like. I mean, I miss my bed, like my own bed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice to come home to your bed and shower, and you can kind of you get a little bit more, you get better sleep.
Yeah.
Hang out with a few friends and
Yeah.
stuff, and then
going
but
back
it goes
up.
very fast because you know you're this whole thing. I feel that's also one of the it's probably any band feels like that. The thing that the main drive force is that whole thing. You feed off of each other's energy all the time, and after a few days of relaxing, then you just need more. And it's the same way when you write a song. You keep feeding off of that, and I feel that even a week off, we're probably
Ready.
not, but I kind of feel like I'm getting rusty. Let's go. So we're very energetic. So that's definitely the thing I look forward to the most. Is like relax a few days, go again.
I think it's also just it's very human. Like we're always looking for for something to do. We want to know that we're moving forward. We want to know that like the next thing is happening. Like
Yeah.
the satisfaction, like your rate of satisfaction, kind of like things need to happen for you to know that you're existing or
Exactly.
whatever. It's like and us being on the road and hearing like, oh, this radio station added us, or this is happening, we're climbing the charts, you sold so much this week, or you have a show here, we have a show tomorrow, and then we're going to do a radio or an interview or this or whatever. That like always gives us sort of the satisfaction of we're moving, this is our baby, and it's like, so we give it everything, and I think that's one of the things that also just like when we're home, we're just like, all right, we got to get back to it. We need that feeling again, to know that like we're living it, it's like.
Adrenaline, that's you guys.
Yeah,
Definitely adrenaline.
definitely the adrenaline.
We joked about the fact that we call you guys, literally it's like the products of a Nirvana gene pool joined with the Energizer Bunny. I mean, that's what you guys are. It's amazing. For fun, if you could be invisible for a day, what would be the craziest thing you do?
Oh God,
wow.
I would definitely check out some ladies.
I would be a creeper.
I would totally be a creeper. I have to say, I know it's like
First thing I do is rob a bank.
that's a good
Yeah,
one too.
girls, man.
Damn weird.
Yeah,
No
but then
offense.
you would just see all these.
Yeah, you just watch money, walk away.
What if they shoot you? Like, would you get shot if they shot?
You get away with whatever you do.
It's
Whatever you
not
do on that
it's
day.
not that much detail, man.
I'm sure.
I would steal
Because
a
the
hot dog.
creeper,
so I
you're
would
just
do.
like.
Hiding in the bushes there.
They're just like, baby, what was that? Was that the door? Oh, nobody's shot it out. Must have been the wind.
And it's just David.
That's the only sound you can hear.
Now, what's in store for you guys next after this?
So much. There's one huge thing we're not allowed to talk about, but it's huge. And then we're doing 30 Seconds to Mars, which is so huge
Great.
too. And then that next thing that comes after, and then we're doing Europe, and then Mexico, America.
Yeah, our album's going to be released in Europe now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
So
wild.
amazing.
We were in Canada like 3 weeks ago now, something like
Yeah.
that. And we got up there and we're like, the radio's playing us there, and we're like number.
Which we had heard. We
That's
didn't
great.
know that we were
We
even
were like
on the
number
charts.
15. We were like, oh, okay, and
It's
this, and it
crazy.
was like, oh yeah, New Politics, and it was it's pretty wild. Like, and we like they're starting to play us in Europe. They're really excited. Sony Europe's really excited to release us. So we have a tour out there with Panic at the Disco in November,
Uh-huh.
and that's going to be great.
Yeah, come back for Thanksgiving.
And we have a couple of single
I'm so
individual
excited
shows.
for the 30 Seconds to Mars tour.
Yeah,
too.
me
Yeah.
too.
They have
It's cool.
amazing fans
Yes.
too, and they're
They-
really cool dudes. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Okay. And now, lastly, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience?
just that we are so happy and grateful, and this is absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's unreal for us.
And we hope we meet you one day out there to
Yes,
enjoy
yes.
all the fun.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, guys, for your time and everything.
We got no control of the state of our minds.
What's up, we're new politics, and like you, like me, like everybody else, we're addicted to music. If you're addicted to music, get your fix at
Music Junkie Press.